Hi. So, summer in the Northern Hemisphere is usually a very quiet time in sustainability circles. We're taking our vacations, recharging the batteries, getting ready for the busy final quarter of the year with New York and COPs. This year's felt a bit different, certainly in the business and biodiversity space. Two events have happened that really show how much business and biodiversity is really becoming a core component on dealing with the biodiversity crisis. First of all, in Kumamoto, the Global Nature Positive Summit. Now, before I continue, I want to say how much I appreciate and loved the generosity of our hosts in Kumamoto, and I'm thinking of them and hoping that everything's okay over there. Big earthquake hit a few weeks only after the summit. Seeing the film of the hotel above the conference venue swaying like a flag in the wind was both scary and also an amazing testament to the brilliance of the Japanese engineers, that not even a single pane of glass on that hotel building broke. But the summit itself was fascinating. It was an amazing event. 2,500 people in plenary just watching session after session about embedding biodiversity into business decision making, taking actions, doing stuff. Never seen anything like that before. This has moved on so much. This isn't 2,500 people from a climate event deciding to do one session on biodiversity. This was a full 2 days. And then we get the Kumamoto Declaration that comes out of it, 80 signatories committing to these core fundamentals, the mitigation hierarchy, supporting a nature-positive future. Just continuing this constant motion towards really properly recognizing biodiversity as a fundamental business necessity. And then a couple of weeks later, we had the SBSTA meeting for the Convention for Biological Diversity in Nairobi, this being the science meeting where progress in science is reviewed and recommendations are made to be discussed in the plenary session in Yerevan at COP17. Amongst the different discussions here, the one that of course was most interesting to me is this motion to review and accept and adopt and work on the findings from the IPBES, Business and Biodiversity Assessment from February. This is really interesting. This again, it shows this continuing linking up of different threads within the business and biodiversity world. In this case, the UN Convention, CBD. Only 10 years ago, business was shunned almost from the CBD process. And here they are at the SBSTA meeting adopting declarations to say that governments should act on the findings of the IPBES assessment, really fundamentally linking all of these different processes and bringing together the importance of businesses managing their biodiversity impacts is absolutely fundamental to managing and dealing with the biodiversity crisis. So I think now it's August, we're taking a bit of rest, though keep an eye on what's going on in Mongolia with the desertification COP. Should be potentially some really interesting stuff coming there as we begin to draw together the 3 Rio conventions on desertification, degradation, biodiversity, and of course most famously climate. And then we'll have over New York, and all building up, as far as I'm concerned, to Yerevan in October for COP17. So it's going to be an interesting few months coming. I'm going to go back, continue to recharge my batteries, and I'll see you later.